To be quite honest, I don't fancy a new tier just yet. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down below. Do you think it's time for a new tier? People, welcome to another edition of that finger-tapping frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard. With me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ. Been a long weekend. Been a long weekend on that road to glory. And was it a road to glory for you guys? It's in fact two roads to glory, isn't it? Because you've got the first run through and you've got the heroic run through. And then you've got sleep. Lots of sleep to try and catch up on. How did you do? Did you get there? Did you get to the end of that road? I've got some good news for Ninja Boy. Apologies that Ninja Boy's not here. We were going to do Man v Ninja Boy this evening, but time just ran away from us. He's got school in the morning. He's had to go to bed. So I'm having to do this quickly as well, because obviously me shouting at a camera is going to keep him awake, because he can hear what I'm doing. But he apologises for that. I apologise for that. But hopefully I'll get him back sometime in the next couple of days so we can do Man v Ninja Boy. That's another story. Road to glory. Big success for Ninja Boy. He got to the end of that first Road to Glory. He had to 1 point his way all through Nia Jax. And bless him, he just stuck at it. Never give up. Never give up. And he lived true to that word, that mantra. And he got himself Nia Jax, who has immediately become his best female. But also, that's now given him an excellent chance to turn that into a pro with Ring Dommy Dim Dom, because he is in WrestleMania tier. I think he's in WrestleMania Plus. So, WrestleMania 34 plus. So, the big opportunity for him to get a pro. Albeit we were having discussions, I still feel he'd be best off leaving as two individual cards for the time being, so as not to imbalance his deck. But he's keen to try and get into WrestleMania plus. So, I think I'm going to lose that battle with him. I think he's just going to go ahead, get it done, and get a pro. Anyway, on my front, and my back, and all around me, if we go into female cards, you will see I've actually, I did go ahead, I went ahead and pro'd Trish Stratus. I must say, Road to Glory, it's just such a monotonous grind, and having to do heroic mode as well. It really is too much. It's just too much. It's too much. But I did say it was important, and I did do it myself. So there's no point in me telling you guys that you had to do it, and then me sitting back and going, well, I'm not doing it. I'm going out. So, whilst I was doing that, Road to Glory is a great way for powering up cards, as you know, in those lower levels. So the Trish Stratus Titan I did, and got her done, and equally the Bayley Pro. Not that I need her specifically, other than she's a good match for these two lasses. So I did get a bit of work done there. But as you can see, probably more importantly, in fact, very much more importantly, Nia Jax is not only captured, but I got the heroic mode enhancement as well, and I've more or less played just about all the matches I need to on her. Just still working on that at the moment, which is big news for me, because as you probably heard me moaning before, you know, I've got these single females. I just don't seem to be picking up any female cards in this tier. It just doesn't like me. The single females are avoiding me, and I can't say as I blame them. If we go into just general cards, for WrestleMania 34. I have also, during the course of this Road to Glory, pro'd The Rock. Now, luck would have it, I got a pull while I was in doing the Monster card on the first run through of Road to Glory. And what did I pull? I pulled The Rock, which I was going for anyway, because that was going to make a pro. It just meant I could work on him earlier. It's the way to look at it. So I actually got another Rock lurking a bit further down. So he's now pro'd. Has he done his matches? Yeah, he's done his matches. And Jeff Hardy was another, and he's also now done his matches as well. So bearing in mind, these were single cards going in. Well, The Rock, as I said, went in Monster tier in the first run through. He's now fully done. So that is the advantage of having to go through two roads to glory. Road to glory? Roads to glory. It's plural roads, isn't it? Anything else? What did I pull? Yeah, I pulled a single Edge as well. There's that other Rock. And Edge, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There he is there, with an earlier image. I've swapped over the images. So it wasn't too bad. I was pulling a few cards here and there, doing me bits and pieces. And those pros mean that certainly for my last man standing, it's a strong WrestleMania lineup for my male cards. The females, still sadly lacking, I'm afraid. Fusions, let's talk about fusions. We've got these new fusions. Fusion Fury, and what can you get? You can get all these kind of goodies. If you're lucky enough, you might even get one of the top kind of goodies. Ember Moon would be great for me, because that would be a pro. There is one disadvantage, though, of these things that aren't going to be around, these FFs. 12 days to go, 12 days, 10 hours, as you can see. And so why am I not doing one, you ask? I'll tell you why I'm not doing one. It's because they brought out these little devils, didn't they? Just a couple of days beforehand. So I was straight in doing on WrestleMania, bumping up. I think I chucked in John Cena, didn't I? It was my Titan Fusion John Cena got thrown in there. And so of course it's still got, what, a day and 8 hours to go. And if they think, I'm a bit sceptical about the timing of this, because they bring out the WrestleMania Fusions, everyone jump in, do your WrestleMania Fusion. It's like, oh, but here's some other things that you can do within a day. Well, I'm not paying, even now. Oh, look at that, it's still nearly 4,000 credits with a day and 8 hours to go. What's 4,000 credits? How much would that cost? No idea. 2,000, that would be 20 quid. So you'd need 2 of those and one of those. It's 28, well, call it 32 quid to do that. Yeah, right. 32 quid, that's just ridiculous. So yes, the reason why I'm not doing up top here, Fusion Fury, is because I haven't got the opportunity yet, because I'm too busy doing my WrestleMania 34 Fusion. Thanks very much for all that timing. But it's a good moment to mention that Enkai-Oko, that second account I have that's in Beast tier, I'm going to make a video with that tomorrow, just to talk you guys who aren't in WrestleMania 34 tier through some tactics that you may or may not be using, that you may or may not have employed as you try and claw your way up to the top tier and the higher tiers. And one of those, I keep going on about, you've got to change your King of the Ring. There's another one, Kings of the Ring, King of the Rings, King of the Ring, Roads to Glory, King of the Rings. I think we'll take a vote on it. It should be Roads to Glory or Road to Glories. Sure, it's got to be Roads to Glory, hasn't it? And King of the Rings. Kings of the Ring? Who cares? So basically, that's what I've been doing on Enkai-Oko, and I reckon I must have about 200 picks. So there'll be 200 picks to do, but I have also, Enkai-Oko's not encumbered by these such things as WrestleMania 34 Fusions, so I've been able to kick off on Enkai-Oko, so I'll be able to open that tomorrow as well. And you will see when we look at that account together that a lot of the better cards have come from things like Spring Fusions and what have you, because they're the kind of things you should be trying to target. But more of that on that video later. For now, let's just carry on having a moan about stuff. I don't want to moan. I don't want to moan. I want to be positive. Royal Rumble. Let's just get a little Royal Rumble on the go. Royal Rumble 2, very good for powering up your male cards. We obviously can't power up your female cards. Using the green team. Come on, green team. Come on, green team. Come on to action. I normally put a couple of very similar statted cards in, and then surround them with green team members, and then you've got a chance to power these boys up. But my green team are powered up themselves, because you do meet a lot of other people, like-minded people, who've brought in their green teams, and so you do have a fair chance of winning some early rounds, even though you haven't got your big cards out to play. Of course, I won't have a big card come out now, will I? What was that? That was Toughness. Anything but Toughness. Stick in that one, because he's low down. And it is also worth noting, when you're powering up your cards, just look at the stats of the card that you are trying to power up, and just make sure that you haven't got an imbalance of cards. I'm sure you know this with this particular Royal Rumble mode, but each one of these green cards matches toughness, charisma, power and speed, left, down, up and right arrows. So as you can see on far right there, bottom corner, the top right is speed. Oh, quick, do something, charisma. Woo-hoo. I was running out of time then, I wasn't looking at what was going on. So as you can see, the yellow up arrow is speed. So that obviously then, when you play a match that card is chosen, i.e. speed match, that's going to then be added to the card you're trying to power ups matches, assuming it's in play. But what you don't want to do is have a Royal Rumble going where you haven't got any speed possibilities in your own deck, and speed is the only thing that your card needs, because then you're wasting your time. Because the only time it could actually play it would be when the opposition plays one speed match. So I'm sure you're aware of that, but some people I've seen still can't quite get their heads around it. It's not an easy thing to explain, actually. It's a lot easier to show you. They used to have a nice little diagram that showed you the arrows and what they equated to. And now these days, again, see bottom right hand corner, left blue arrow is a power. So you know that any of the left blue arrow green cards that you've got will be power cards. I should have been selecting a card there really rather than talking to you, shouldn't I? So I'm not going to get... Oh, here we go, finally. It's my third rock. It's my third rock from the sun just coming in. No doubt I'm going to win this match now anyway. So there's that to be done. What else is that? Team Road to Glory. It's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens would be a pro for me, which is happy days, good news. The downside of things is I think my team's had enough. I think the guys who are all gunning for Road to Glory, are all burnt out from their endeavours over the weekend, and I can't say as I blame them. And doing a team Road to Glory, which is a lot of points on the back of doing heroic Road to Glory. Again, you know, I've barely looked at the game today, I have to say. I knew I was in the King of the Ring, and I just didn't want to look at it because I'd had enough of it for the last 4 days. Oh, you poodle. I just played the rock card that I should have been saving to power up, because I'm so busy gritting my teeth about the game. No, never mind. Yes, what I shouldn't have done then is used the power mode. Oh, look, here comes Finn Balor, my lord, Finn Balor to save the day. Let's deliberately lose this. So we'll put a speed match in, lose it, and then we can bring Finn tripping over my words this evening. Bring in Finn Balor to save the day. That again is another good reason for having a couple of cards in rather than just the one. Because if you are a doofus, you can just let this thing play itself automatically and get on with it. But if you are a doofus and you do make a stupid mistake, like a deliberate mistake like I made there, just to illustrate to you guys how this works, obviously, it's a totally deliberate mistake, then you've got backup. It's always good to have backup. Other news, what other news is a SuperCard wise? I don't think there's much else to report, to be honest with you. There's a lot of talk about, is there going to be a new tier? Is there going to be a Money in the Bank tier ahead of SummerSlam tier? Don't know is the answer. Really don't know. To be quite honest, I don't fancy a new tier just yet. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down below. Do you think it's time for a new tier? There's one of our team members, Stephen. He's got, I think he's got WrestleMania pros in just about every slot in every team going. So he could do with a new tier, but we've got other team members who are only just sort of edging their way through WrestleMania and still trying to get themselves some decent pros. There's a couple of people who've got an awful lot of singles and hardly any pros. It's not their fault, it's just the luck of the draw, isn't it? So I still feel that we've got a good amount of time with this tier. But some of you may disagree. Certainly the high-end players may disagree. Lower-end players, you're probably going, yeah, stop bringing out new tiers. We're trying to catch up. It's not fair. And I can thoroughly understand that. I'd be frustrated too. I don't know if you remember, if you were watching us in Season 3, we went through this period where Ninja Boy, it seemed every time he just managed to get into the top tier, literally within about a week, they'd introduce a new tier, and he wasn't being promoted each time, which was extremely frustrating for the little guy. But them things happen. That's what the game does. I'm going to end up losing this, aren't I? Because he's going to win that, and that's going to be 3 for him, and then he's going to win the 3-pointer at the end. It's going to be 6-5. Oh well, it's not that important. To be honest, I do use Royal Rumble and really all of these player v player modes for powering up cards. And okay, you still get a few points there, but it's more about powering up the cards. Flipping heck, how many picks is that? 42? What have I been doing? What have I been doing? I don't know. I might as well just power through these quickly. It's more about, firstly, getting your cards levelled out, and then secondly, protecting your momentum slots. Now, normally I've got a couple of, I just need a beer, don't I? My mouth's too dry. Oh, time. A couple of momentum slots at least on the go, which you will find most useful in King of the Ring, and if you ever play it again, Last Man Standing. Because there's not much you can do with King of the Ring in terms of you can't move your cards around like you used to be able to. For those of you who don't know, you used to be able to move your pairings around and have all sorts of fun with your King of the Ring lineups. You can't do that now once the competition started. But what you can do is change your momentum slots, and they can be very useful for giving yourself a little boost when you're matched one-on-one with a similar card. Obviously, when you're up against last man standing cards, it's a bit difficult to gauge just how strong your opponent is. What's this, Randy Orton fest? So, having some momentum slots up your sleeve is quite a useful tool. Yeah, with Enkai Oko, I reckon I could have about 240 picks, you know. So, and he is due on Beast tier. He is due a pull, so. That might give us something to celebrate on that account. Right, there we go. Nothing special. Nothing special. Whilst we're on this mode, I think I spent my rewards, didn't I? I got fed up sitting on them. What did I do with them? What did I do with them? I bought a couple of these ridiculous packs and got absolutely nothing from it. I didn't think it was worth showing you that. I didn't think you'd be interested. But on that note, why don't we go into here? Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say I wonder if I've got anything to spend. I've got 36 to spend. Right. Ronda Rousey, yeah? Ronda Rousey? Going to be Ronda Rousey? Yeah, of course it is. Ronda Rousey. There it is. There she comes. Well, so it looks like there's a monster down there. That's possibly one of the best cards I've pulled. Well, that's a monster. Okay. Okay, he said, in a kind of half-hearted, disinterested way. All right, there we have it. So, the lass has been grabbed. Nia Jax is not only in my account, in a heroic success, in Ninja Boy's account too. Just have a word with him in the comments down below. Just say to him, look, don't pro your Nia Jax. If you're going to get her in Ring Dom, don't pro her straight away. Just sit tight with her. Because if they do bring out a new tier, you can always just pro her then. And then that'll boost him up. He doesn't have to pro her straight away. Please tell him. I'm trying to tell him. He's not listening to me. He's not listening to his dad. There we have it, people. So, look out for Enkai Oko in the next couple of days. Anything else? I don't know. There's all sorts of things I want to do. Finding time in between work and looking after the family is another matter. But I do want to be bringing out some more content for you, not just SuperCard. There's some other things I've got in the pipeline. It's just a question of trying to get time to do these things and present them to you in a fashion that I'm happy with. I don't want to just chuck up. I don't just want to chuck up anything. And by chuck up, I don't mean throw up. I mean put videos up. I got there in the end. I think I need to go to bed as well. See, I'm too tired. It's fatigue from this game. I'm fatigued. So there we have it, people. If you like what you see, I don't know why you would, but if you did like what you see, you know what to do. Please bung me a few likes down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. There's all the social media. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter. Until I see you next time, you stay cool.